One sure sign that you've met your twin flame is that intense sexual energy, that intense feeling throughout your body, that random sexual arousal, that kundalini rising, which is like a hot energy coming through your whole body. Your sacral chakra is activated when you come in contact with your twin flame. So there is that intense chemistry. But even if before you meet your twin, you're going to feel that. That's because you start to realize that sex is a spiritual act more so than a physical act. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. When you discover you're a twin flame, you start to see sex as completely different. You start to feel it is completely different. Because you can, before you even meet them in the physical, you can feel that intense sexual chemistry. You can feel that intense energy through your soul, but through your body as well. And you start to see that it becomes sacred. It's a spiritual act between your soul and theirs. And it really changes your view on what sex is. Sex is an energy exchange, a spiritual energy exchange. So, if you've got random partners or if you're sleeping with narcissistic partners, you're taking on that dark energy. Sorry, that gives me the ick. You get to a stage where you realize that you cannot allow yourself to be touched by someone who isn't worthy of you. And that's it. It's becoming so in tune with yourself and realizing not only is sex sacred, but so are you. So is your body and so is your soul. And that's it. We've been led to believe that sex is this physical, animalistic act, whereas that's far from the truth. And we've been led to feel shame for sex as well, which is another thing that makes us not understand the purity of it. People are sleeping with random partners. They're taking on that energy of all that in fairness, the way I've described this before is as an empath or as a spiritual being, which we all are, you can take on someone's energy just by being in the same room. So if somebody has low vibrational dark energy, you're going to take that on just by standing there. And if you touch that person on the arm, you're going to get that energy even more. So if you actually have an intimate act with a person who has low and dark energy, you're taking on that into your body. And I think this is a sure sign that you've met your twin, is that you start to actually feel repulsed by the thoughts of being touched by someone who's not your twin or somebody who's not on your vibration. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people go for soulmates and there is high vibrational soulmates. So there's nothing wrong with that. But you just start to feel, you feel like it's not something you want anymore. For example, we all go through this phase in our lives that we need human touch, that we need to be promiscuous or we need to have sex. And if we don't have sex for a long time, it's like you're doing, oh my God, it's ridiculous. Like, people will judge you if you haven't had sex for a while, which is bullshit. And that's why a lot of twins become celibate, is because you actually realize that you don't want to feel like shit. Because you look back and realize anytime you've had meaningless sex, it was fucking shit. And you had massive regrets after it. And you start to, that's when the intense, you see, this is the thing. My friends thought it was really weird. And this was way before I ever met my twin flame in the physical. I started to say to them, I don't need to have sex right now. I'm getting sexually satisfied on a spiritual level. They had no idea what I was on about. They thought I was fucking crazy. And that's the thing. I've said this before. I have more pleasure on a spiritual level while I'm celibate in the physical than I've ever had with a mediocre partner. An unspiritual partner. Do you know what I mean? And that's how you know. Like, are you getting this, what I describe this as ecstasy. It's like an ecstasy feeling through your whole body. It's like this tingling feeling through your whole body. This hot energy. Are you getting random hot flashes? This is another one as well. Random arousal for no fucking reason. You could be sitting there doing a normal day, or you could be driving your car, you could just be doing some normal things, and all of a sudden you are completely overly turned on. And that is because your twin is thinking about you. And this is it. We have what I like to call these 5D liaisons, where our souls are connecting on the 5D and doing the fun. Do you know what I mean? And that's more satisfying than anything we've had in the physical. And you know, when you're with your twin physically, it's otherworldly as well. It becomes a spiritual energy, and that's it. It's energetic. You know, we think that we need physical touch to be aroused. We think that we need to have penetration to be aroused. You know what I mean? We think that we need to have these things to actually, because, you know, that's what we've been known or shown, or, you know, we've known our whole lives. But you don't even need touch. All you need is to be centered and connected to your spiritual partner. And that can lead to highly, highly pleasurable sessions. And that's how you know. You know, and that's another thing for me as well, is like, you're not actually attracted to anyone else but your twin flame. So, you know, even if you wouldn't even be able to get aroused by somebody else, it just isn't possible. So this is the thing. That's how you're going to know the deepest, you know, that's how you do know, is it's not something you've ever felt with anyone else. And it is otherworldly. It connects you to your spirituality. And that in turn raises that energy through your center. The Kundalini starts at the base of your spine. And it, you know, as you awaken, it comes up through your whole system. And that's the connection you have when you meet your twin flame. They will activate this within you. But I think the most beautiful part of the whole thing is realizing how sacred you are and how sacred your body is. Respecting yourself and understanding that you don't need to have random partners or to be in a sexual relationship to actually feel satisfied. When you have a spiritual connection with somebody, you just need to think about them, and that's enough. You know, and that's the telepathic sex as well. That's the telepathic connection. You can feel your twin when they're aroused, and they can feel you when you're aroused. So, you know, that could be why there's the randomness throughout the day, because if you're even just having those thoughts, that means your souls are playing. That means you're already having that kind of fun. So I think that is one of the most sure signs that you've met your twin flame, is that 5D connection, is that understanding. And, you know, the dreams then, there's shared dreams as well, where you can actually have sexual dreams that are shared. That is proof as well that your souls are connected. And understand this, you know, a lot of people who aren't on the twin flame journey don't understand how sacred and how spiritual sex really is. That's the thing. It is a spiritual act. And when you understand that, you're never going to chase again for something that's mediocre. Because as I've said, you're more satisfied by being celibate, but you're spiritually, sexually active. That's more satisfactory than having regret after being with the wrong partner, being with a low vibration partner, being with a toxic partner. And you know, it just gives me the ick to think, you know, that we've been so wounded our whole lives. And I think that wounding has led to us seeking sex as a form of validation. And that's a lot for women as well. We think that, you know, if we give ourselves away, that person will love us. And we end up losing our own self-respect because of that idea that we've always had. But when you come to the spiritual aspect of what sex really is, the sacredness of it, you feel this, it's like this feeling of, it's just a sense of calm, it's a sense of self-respect, it's a sense of oneness, because you're so in tune with who you are on a spiritual soul level that you'll never go back to being the way you were. you respect yourself so much and you realize how sacred your body really is. I think that's the most beautiful part of it, is you just love yourself enough to know that you deserve better, or you deserve more. But it's not even the fact that you deserve it, it's knowing you don't need it. You actually don't need it. You don't need to give yourself away to people like you used to, because you have everything you need right within your soul. And that is such a profound experience between twin flames or spiritual partners, is that sacredness, the beauty in that act, and it doesn't, and when you're in the physical with your twin and you do have that touch, it's something that's completely different to anything you felt before. It's profound. It is otherworldly. And I don't know, it's very hard to describe this in words, because it's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's a knowing. It's this deep soul. It's a recognition of yourself and a recognition of your twin flame. And it's a recognition of how sacred the act of sex really is. So if you need proof that you've met your twin flame, that's really it. That's it right there. It's that intense arousal that you feel, that hot energy through your body, that energetic. It's an energetic arousal as well, because you can feel it on a soul level. You barely need any touch for you to actually get what you need. It's the 5G liaisons, it's those connections through your soul, it's those shared dreams. And it's that just knowing that sex is a spiritual and a sacred act, and that you are a sacred being. You're a sacred spiritual being. And your body is a temple that only deserves the touch of a spiritual awakened soul as well. So that's that intensity, that's that desire, that want. Everything that you ever actually needed is in a spiritual connection. And it is crazy. People still think that that's not possible. But once you've met your twin flame, or even before you've met your twin flame, once you discover or remember that you're a twin flame, that's when you'll start to feel that intensity. And that's when you know. So yeah, believe what your soul is telling you. Believe what your body is telling you. And protect yourself. Protect your body. Protect your soul from anything that doesn't deserve your energy. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you would like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I'd love nothing more than to help on your path.